My name is Deanna Blevins, and we will be doing a scenario where I'm the interviewer for a TV show, and
My name is Nicorie Sinclair, and I will be playing the role of Gilgamesh.
we'll be switching into roles where we will start asking questions. Good morning. To joining us today on Heroes of Mythology is our guest Gilgamesh. Today we will just ask him a few questions on his role he played in the Epic of Gilgamesh. My first question is, why were you willing to change for the people?
Okay. Well, I realized my faults, and I owed it to my people to change since I did all those bad things to them and to their wives.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as I was reading, I realized, like, wow, at first. When did you realize that you were afraid of death?
The first time I realized I was afraid of death was when Enkidu killed the bull of heaven, and one of us had to die. The gods chose him, so then I began to fear death even more, so I started searching for eternal life.
Okay. Why did you decide to go through the forest?
Shamash gave me the drive to become a hero, so I felt like I would take on this fight with Humbaba, whether I win or lose, so my people would look at me as a good king at the end.
Mm-hmm. I know that the killing of Enkidu as a character affected you greatly. How did it affect you?
Well, after his death, I became lost. I thought maybe it was time for me to die since they made him the same way that they made me so that they could get rid of me. So I just felt like maybe if he died that way, it was time for me to die the same.
Kind of felt like it was your fault.
Yes.
You made a lot of sacrifices. Which one was the most hardest sacrifice during this character?
I would have to say to sacrifice my life for the search of eternal life. Since I was so afraid of death, I wanted to have immorality. And I failed at that, so I knew that my death was coming soon.
In the beginning of the myth, why did it seem that you was a trickster or bad leader? What was the things that was done to classify you as a bad leader?
Well, as a god who built the place, I took interest in all the young girls of the city. And although I seemed as a hero, my human divine was my arrogance. And I just took advantage of them as people.
So you feel that as your human side had a lot of things to do with why you were so arrogant and full of yourself, as most say.
Right.
How did you and Enkidu become friends, become to know one another at first?
Well, Enkidu was created by Aruru to destroy me for my evil ways towards the people. I sent out a woman to seduce Enkidu so his wild beast ways would no longer be. And after we met by fighting, we then became like brothers when we both changed for the good. So I could say that he changed me in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. Why did you reach out to Eunopus and his wife during the time of, I guess you would say, despair after Enkidu's death?
Well, I was out to seek immorality, and they were the only ones who survived it from the great flood. And I was hoping that they could help me seek eternal life.
When you approached him and his wife at, I guess you'd say, was it their palace or wherever you approached him at, and he asked you to not sleep for 6 and 7 days. Why did he ask you that?
Well, he and his wife figured I could stay awake. If I could stay awake this long, then I could be more of a god and not as a human. But although I failed them because I fell asleep the exact same day.
And I guess they figured if you would have stayed asleep, then you would stayed awake, then you would seem to have more as a god and not, even though you was half human or not even half, just third human. Why did you return? Why do you feel like you returned at the same person from when you went out to seek more immorality?
Because then I became to accept death, especially after the death of Enkidu. I figured it would happen and I didn't accomplish my task. So Unapishim was the only god to gain immorality, and I thought I could almost be the same as him, but it ended up not happening. So it's almost as if I failed my people, but really in their eyes I was a hero.
Yes, at the end, you seemed as more as a hero than as when you first started out in the character. Well, I thank you for having you on Heroes of Mythology today, and you're our guest for today. You done really well, so thank you.
All right, thank you.